Okay, interview with Gary Setchell after Bedford Town 2, AFC Dunstable 0. Gary, the game is one thing. What is another thing is Bedford Town, Southern League, League, Division 1 Central Champions 2022. How does that feel?
Do you mind if I have a drink?
Absolutely, go for it. Why didn't you get me one? That's the real question.
Feels great. You know, we've done it with 5 games to spare, in my opinion, because obviously 3 league games and we was hoping to get promotion, whether it be via the playoffs. But these players have been unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, we've had some down times. If you look at the season as a whole, we was chasing all year. We was playing cup football because early on Berkhamsted, they was relentless. You know, they was winning. They was not letting goals in, and you know we was having a reasonable points tally. But every time we won, they'd won 1-0 or something like that. And as the season went on, and we went there and lost, and that gave them a 4 or 5 point lead. And you know we was disappointed, but we just stuck to a task. We kept winning. We scored 3 late winners at, or 2 late winners, one at Ware, one at Welland last week, and we've just kept going and going. And we turned the tide on them a little bit because where we faltered early at the crux stage of the season, they fluffed the lines a little bit. Too many draws. They lost today. You know, they let us off the hook a little bit, and we could relax and play. Although this was a big game for us today, we still knew we had 3 games to get 4 points in. So, you know, fair play to them for keep going. They concentrate on going up via the playoffs, and you know, I hope they probably do go up via the playoffs because they're the second best team in the league. We're the best team in the league. We've scored the most goals. We've let in the least goals. We've scored 3 goals in the league 20 odd times. We're the best team in the league. Play the best football. We work the hardest. Deluded if you think anything else. So you know, but I think they're the second best team in the league. But I know on where on the day they're a very dangerous animal. So it'll be interesting to see what happened. Interesting to see what happened in the playoffs. But we just got to enjoy it. And listen, these players have got to take the plaudits that they have. They've been to a man. They've been unbelievable. They've outworked everyone. We've outplayed everyone. And you know, we deserve to go up as champions.
You mentioned there the lads. I mean, obviously you have your thing, the team have their bits and bobs, etc. But fundamentally,
that's DS41 unbeaten, I think you just said to me.
But fundamentally, as you said, it's about the boys. It's about their commitment, their resolution, their ability to win the ball. They want to win the ball back. All of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We know that. You've mentioned that throughout the season. But the real point is you've won league titles as a player, you've won league titles as a manager, you've won promotions. Where does this team fit in that level of what you've experienced?
That's up there because that's difficult when you come into a club and you don't really know any of the players. And the players have brought into everything that I've asked them to do. You know, people said we couldn't control Callum, and you know, Rennie was nowhere near scoring 30 goals. And you know, I think like Connor Tomlinson has been an absolute revelation. I could go through every individual player, and I feel not me, but the group and the coaches, Graham and Gorgs, and obviously Daz. We've made the team that the players are already here better than what they was. You know, more disciplined, more. We put a lot of demands on them. If they, you know, we've left big players out at certain times of the year, you know, that would have played here under other managers because they're not strong. I pick teams on, you know, merit and everything else. No one, when you win the league, no one liked being left out. No one liked getting taken off. But they've all took it on the chin to a point, and we've just moved forward. And you know, the scenes in there and there. That is about the group, and we've been unbelievable this year. You know, we've been knocked down. We've picked ourselves up, but. You know, I think, what are we now, 24 unbeaten, something like that, and we've lost 1 in 32, 33. People were saying, oh, the Welland game and the Dunstable game, and, you know, and if we'll win our games, we should win. And they're a bit of rookie moves, if you know what I mean, rookie speeches. But we've said all along we want to win it. Of course we do. We have. You know, we talked that, but we wouldn't want to win it. We want to get promotion. The goal was promotion when I first stepped through the door 2 years ago. 1 year got taken away, so this is my first full year. And next year, you know, we're not going to try and we don't think we can probably win it or get in the playoffs, but we want to have a good go at it. We want to certainly try and keep this group together. Add probably 2, 3, 4 quality players, and obviously 1 or 2 will always go. Just nature of the beast, obviously. But we're going to enjoy this. We're going to have a nice couple of weeks. We're going to play all the boys who have been so loyal. I mean, last week you see the video on the bench cam. You got Macca and Zach and Sean, you know, all joining in, and you know that's unbelievable. This continuity. I think we used 21 players all year. unbelievable to win the league with 21 players. So we've done everything right, I believe. You know, when we struggled, we brought in Roy McCauley. That's a great move. That's a great move. So, you know, he's been colossus for us, as has, you know, this 17, 18 boys who have been brilliant for us. So this one's for the players. You know, it's all about the players. I want them to enjoy it tonight. I want them to enjoy it next week. But I still want us to win our next 3 or 4 games and win the league by 10, 12 points. That's how much better I think we are than the rest of the teams.
Absolutely. And nothing more epitomises this team than that first goal today. You know,
Yeah.
a nothing situation. Connor has ran and closed down, not just by himself. Will then comes in, and Connor has 2 bites of the cherry, but does finish.
Yeah, and I'm pleased for Connor. Do you know what? He's deserved them 2 goals today because he has been outstanding and changing his game. You know, there's probably 1 or 2 players who played for Dunstable who used to play for us who knew Connor as a youngster. They must be sitting there thinking, "Geez, wow! You know what a change in him in his game." And today, which I know he can do because I see it every week in training. He's had 2 chances and he scored 2 goals. So you know, if he can add that to a game, we've got a proper player on our hands and plenty good enough for step 3 next year. And if he reproduces what he has done this year, then you know he'll kick his career on, as will 3 or 4 of these other boys. The hardest thing now is going to be getting these boys tied down to next year. But I hope we've got enough credit in the bank with them. I hope I've got enough credit in the bank with them that they want to stay and, you know, hopefully within the next 2 or 3 years, 3 years probably, hopefully progress into the next division, which will be tough.
Absolutely. You're agreed to stay. Talks are starting to happen with players. Now they can really happen as we are a step 3 football club.
Yeah.
So the message is just simply enjoy the Aylesbury game,
enjoy
the Neats game, enjoy the Bed Senior Cup final, enjoy the Championship game.
Kidlington possibly.
Well, we weren't even going to mention any negativity following that, really, to be honest, but there we go.
There you go. Look, I just want to say thanks to my players, the supporters who, you know, I never really congratulate supporters because I know if I lose the first 3 games next year, these same supporters cheering me today will be hoping for me. They'll be asking for the sack for me. But you know, the supporters have been great. You know, the away fans have been really good. We get supported. You know, we try and rapport with the fans as well. You know, I make my players stay. We have a drink away from home. We have a drink, and that's part of winning leagues. That's part of winning leagues. Is Darren doing his Paul Housey impression? But yeah, so you know, we're just going to enjoy it tonight. The lads are definitely going to enjoy it. I'm so glad we didn't win it on Monday because I've got a big day's work Tuesday, so I can go to St Neots, play the game, have a couple of beers and go home. Whereas if we'd have won it, I'd have probably dragged myself down here and got home at silly o'clock. So delighted for everyone connected, yourself, JT especially. You know, I know this club mean a lot to him and his family. Unfortunately, his dad's not here today to see the promotion, but I'm sure he's up there having a beer or 2, and I'm delighted for JT because he's been brilliant with me since I walked through the door. And you know, my staff and my players, you know, they've got to take all the credit.
To be fair, nothing further to say.
Brilliant.
David Taylor would have been immensely proud, as every other fallen Eagle this year and over the last few years have been proud. It's not over with, believe it or not. We have a game we need to win and want to win against St Neots on Monday at the Premier Plus Stadium. Kidlington, keep your eye on, and then back here on Saturday, Aylesbury, 23rd of April. The party will be well and truly underway. Get your tickets now at bedfordeagles.net, and Setch, congratulations, bud.